evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to the banquet. Before we get started, Hank Johnson would like to say a few words to us, so I'd like to introduce him.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody back to Chomet and tell you how grateful we are that you decided to come back and join us here tonight. We have a wonderful crowd. Looks like it's going to be a great evening. Last year I told you that my wife Jackie and I had moved to St. Genevieve County, and we're now full-time residents here. And I can't tell you how happy and how delighted we really are to be part of this community and how welcoming it has been. It's great to see so many of you here at Chomet in the tasting room, and I want to thank you very much for your patronage there. Last year, about this time, we had a frost. A bad frost. A frost is forecast for tonight. So I want everyone to keep your fingers crossed, say a little prayer, and let's hope that we don't have the frost tonight for our grape crop. Our chef, Adam Lambay, has been working for a couple of days preparing for tonight. I think he has some wonderful things for us. And so, without taking up any more time, Dina, for you? Or are we? Oh, okay, right back here. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you. All right, before we have that wonderful meal he spoke of, we have a few guests that we need to introduce. I'll say your names, and if you guys just give a little wave to the crowd, stand up, whatever you like to do. First off, we have Mayor Dick Greminger. Alderman Teddy Ross. Alderman Mike Jokers. Alderman Tom Couch. Alderwoman Shauna Zerwig. Our City Administrator, Martin Toma. The Chief of Police, Eric Bennett. Our County Sheriff, Gary Stolzer. Our Superintendent, Shelley Jokers. Senator Gary Romine. Our Representative Kevin Engler. And I have a few people at the head table here to introduce. My wife, Courtney. Our Vice President, Mike Fowler, and his wife, Kelly. Our Treasurer, Rita Broomfield. Secretary, I'm sorry. Was it on the notes? We have our Executive Director, Dina Kreitler. And our actual Treasurer, Debbie Dunsey, and her husband, Jim. Debbie's going to do a brief invocation for us, and we will have the meal.
Just to take and thank all the businesses for making St. Genevieve successful, and just take a moment to be thankful for the success of all of our businesses and the success of the Chamber of Commerce. In God's name we pray. Amen.
Okay, Keith is going to get us started on eating, and we will begin.
Can I have everyone's attention, please? Echoes? Is it echoes? Can I get everyone's attention, please? If you'd like to go ahead and take your seats, except for the group getting their coffee back here, we're going to go ahead and start the awards program. If you have not purchased your raffle tickets from Betty Arnold or Mary Beth Ferguson, you might want to do that. We're going to be drawing that here shortly too. We have some wonderful prizes that we're giving away back there with Betty. So if you haven't had the chance to pick up your raffle tickets, please do so. We're going to go ahead and get started, everyone. So if I can please have your complete attention. Thank you very much. So welcome, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed dinner. I thought it was fantastic. So if you see Keith strolling around here, 7-foot tall guy, tell him whatever you'd like, but I thought it was delicious. So we're going to go ahead and start with our first award this evening. And, oh, okay, I'm getting the thumbs up here. Can everyone hear me loud and clear? No. How about now? Okay. Am I blowing you guys out up here? Sorry. How's that, Dave? Better? Okay. All right, so we're going to start with our first award this evening, which is going to be our Community Service Award. Our Community Service recipient this year has been an outstanding board member, committee member, but most of all, a friend. I have had the distinct pleasure of working with her on 3 separate terms on the Chamber Board. Betty Arnold is no stranger in this community, yet many of you probably do not realize how involved she is with the community and on what level. I know I certainly didn't know everything until I started preparing this speech. One of Betty's true passions is the Lady Auxiliary for the VFW Post 2210. She has served on local, district, state, and national levels. She is currently the Auxiliary Secretary. She is the past National Council member, past Big Ten State President, past State President, and she has coordinated 2 honor tours for the World War II veterans that serves as their liaison. Betty has served as chairman of the Supermarket of Veterans Benefits, serving over 500 veterans and families within the community. She works Friday night meals at the local VFW, actually having to get a replacement so she could be with us tonight. She is a member and past president of the Women's Club, current member of the American Legion Auxiliary, serves as Eucharistic minister and lector of the St. Genevieve Catholic Church. She's a previous council member and has served on various church committees. She is an original board member of the St. Genevieve Group Home, serving as Personnel Committee Chairman and Secretary. She's a member of the Elks Club. She serves on the Downtown TIFT project. She has currently served 3 different terms for the St. Genevieve Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. She currently sits on our Bylaw Committee, Banquet Committee, Freedom Celebration Committee, and the Golf Tournament Committee. Betty's duties do not stop there. She is the office manager for Physicians Health and Rehab and began her career with Dr. J.C. Bright, continued with Dr. Tim Kunzel, and now is with Dr. Roland Kunzel. She is married to Bob Arnold for the past 42 years, mother of 1 son, Jason, and grandmother of 4, Ashley, Austin, Taylor, and Tyler. Together, they are the owners of Arnold Masonry, a family-owned business for the past 7 years. She enjoys reading, fishing, and has become an avid stock car fan as she follows her grandson Austin on the tracks. Her motto of caring and sharing, she feels that we should all share any talent that is given to us. She truly cares about her family and friends, community, and recognizes that God gives us many blessings each day. It is up to us how we use and share those gifts. Present with her this evening are her husband Bob, son Jason and his friend Betsy, grandson Austin, mother Lorraine Glazier, Linda Wellen and her husband David, and two special friends, Judy Davis and Kathy McCart, as well as her group home friends, Sharon Werner, Doris Riesinger Bosler, and Wayne Bosler. So it is with great honor and pleasure that I present the 2013 Community Service Award to Betty Arnold. Okay, on to our next one, Small Business of the Year. In the 18 years that they have been in business, this business has moved 4 times, changed the name of their business, and in 2012 completely changed the focus of their store. Melage owner Pam Klein never intended to own her own business. She has always said it was her kids' fault. During a vacation to Branson in the summer of 1994, Pam, along with her husband and 2 daughters, stopped in a rubber stamp store so the girls could purchase a souvenir from their trip. Sorry, there is bothered me. It was the first time that Pam had seen rubber stamps used as tools to create art rather than something the kids played with or the teachers used for grading papers. By April of 1995, she started selling rubber stamps and teaching stamp classes under the name Inclined to Stamp. The business started with just 3 18-inch shelves of merchandise, and its peak stocked over 5,000 rubber stamps. The business was twice named Retailer of the Year, under 100,000, and National Award given annually by Rubber Stamping Retailer magazine, first in 2002 and again in 2006. As stamp sales began slowing down for independent stamp stores, Inclined to Stamp began increasing their selection of gift items and souvenirs, requiring a name that was a better reflection of their entire store rather than just part of it. The name was changed to 2009 to Melage, which is French for a mixture. By the end of 2012, it was clear that there was no longer a need for full-service rubber stamp stores. Faced with the decision to close the store to change it, Pam decided to change the store to all gifts, home decor, and souvenirs. The phase out of the rubber stamp inventory started in January of 2012 and is almost complete at this time. The transition to the gift store was well received, and in 2012 ended as their most successful year to date. Pam felt like the goal to change the perception of her store was accomplished when someone recently referred to her place as not the rubber stamp store, but instead that girl's store next door to the hotel. Melage is quickly becoming known as the place to go for humorous and unique merchandise. Because of their signs, greeting cards, and magnets, with an offbeat sense of humor, tourists and locals alike have been known to leave with a smile on their face and a quick thanks for the laugh as they head out the door. Pam was nominated by her peers for her dedication, creativity, and passion. Beth from Station 2 Cafe commented that Pam has done a lot with her store to keep things new and interesting. She has a ton of great products, and often she is there until 8 or 9 p.m. She puts a lot of work into making her shop look good. Terry from Sweet Things says she could not be happier for Melage. We both know the hard work and long hours that it takes to manage a small business, so to be given this award makes it all worthwhile. Melage is a true gem. So it is with great pleasure and honor to present this year's Small Business of the Year Award to Melage. So will Pam Klein, Pauline Happel, and Vicki Kurtz please step forward to receive your award? Congratulations. Okay, the Lifetime Achievement Award. There are many people in this community whom I've not had the pleasure of knowing or haven't done any business with. But that doesn't stop me from learning to know about them, their hobbies, their business, or their family. Our Lifetime Achievement recipient is one of those men. Born August 31st, 1929, here in St. Genevieve, Art Papen has done many things in his years to promote this community. In 1969, he owned and operated Sears catalog store for 19 years, started Papen Photo Lab, a one-hour photo business in 1984, wrote the Papen family history for the Project Pioneer book that was honored in 1996, and led the opening ceremonies for the Jour de Fête in 1996. His list of organizations and activities include Foundation for Restoration since the beginning, actor in the Cemetery Theater Deja Vu Reunion since the beginning, was a tour guide for the Felix Valley State Historic Site for 10 and a half years, delivered Meals on Wheels for the Nutrition Center for 16 and a half years, works the voting polls, helped with the 2000 census, has been the financial officer for the American Legion Hall for 15 years and currently holds that position. He has sang with the La Guioni troupe for many, many years. I'm actually told he still sings with them, and he is currently the oldest member of the group. All this, and he still has time to write an autobiography, A Look Over My Shoulder, in 2010. Art is retired from the U.S. Air Force. He and his wife Sandy have been married for 57 years and have 4 children who are all present this evening, 10 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandchildren. It is with great pleasure and honor that I present the 2013 Lifetime Achievement Award to Mr. Art Papen. Just say that when Art came in earlier, he thought he was here for a birthday party. And he said, "Is this my surprise birthday party?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. When's your birthday?" And he said, "August." And I said, "Nope." And he goes, "Well, we're just here for dinner." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "But I don't know anybody." So, thank you very much. You're very welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, our last award is the Presidential Award, and this is an award given, actually chosen by the president, the current president of the Chamber of Commerce, which is Brad Arnold. And he is the only person that gets to make the decision, and actually he kept it quite a secret up until probably about a week ago when we had to have the award made. So, with that, I will introduce Brad Arnold as our current and almost outgoing president.
Okay. So I asked Dina, exactly how is this award presented? What do I need to do to be able to present this award? And she said, well, you need about a page, you know, history. So I wrote a little bit of a story and then a brief history, but I'll be brief in telling the whole thing. At the end of my first year on this board, Dina and I had a conversation, and we talked about what I learned from the first year, and that led into who are going to be the new officers going forward in what would have been the second year of my 3-year term. I told her I had expressed some interest in becoming an officer just to be more involved and really feel like I'm contributing to the group. So Dina said with a smile, "You should be the vice president. It's the easiest position. The president does all the work." That said, that year went pretty quick, and she was mostly right. The president did most all the work. The one thing Dina failed to mention to me, when you become vice president, that means the next year you become president. So, about this time last year, this very banquet was my first night being the president. And I can say that the most rewarding part about being president is being able to select and hand out an award chosen by myself. So a few months ago, I asked Dina, I said, could you please send me a list of the previous winners? I looked over this list and I saw all these great individuals and businesses from our community. So I really started thinking, who deserves this award? Well, by the end of last year, I had pretty well made up my mind on who I wanted to be the winner. And I told Dina, you know, I've selected who I think should win. And she said, okay, well, now's that time where you come up with a page of history and you go up there and you read all about it. Well, after she told me that, she said, you know, the thing about this award is it's a surprise. I said, well, okay, so I have to write a page about it, but I can't tell anyone, and I can't really ask for the information because it's got to be a surprise. So that was difficult. Not because the information doesn't exist, but I wanted to keep it as much of a surprise as I can. That being said, to make things easier, I didn't choose this year's award based on their history. I chose it because of their forward thinking and what it means for our community now and what it will mean for our community in the future. This place not only employs many people from our community, but it also provides a great number of services for our community and those surrounding us. On top of that, it truly is a magnificent facility. So that's my speech. You know, I didn't come up with a page of history, but it's not because it wasn't there or I didn't feel like I needed to. It's mostly because I feel like this facility really speaks for itself and what it means for our community. Which is why it is my pleasure to present this year's Presidential Award to the Bloomsdale Medical Center. That was my plan. Anybody else? Anybody else want to take some? Congratulations to all our award winners tonight. And so that pretty much concludes my reign as president of the St. Genevieve Chamber of Commerce. The big hurrah. You know, the last thing that I want to say, and it's not much, but you know, there's a lot going on in our country right now, and a lot of heavy hearts out there, and we just have to think about and keep everyone in our prayers that we can. But I can say that I was born in St. Gen, I was educated here, and I've been lucky enough to find a job here in St. Gen. And I can't wait to start my own family here. So let's, as a community and all the individual here, let's do our best to make St. Genevieve the best we can. And at this point, I'm going to turn things over to our new president, Mr. Mike Fowler.
Wow, Brad's got stuff written down and everything. I'm in trouble. I've got glasses. Forgot my glasses, yeah. This way, away from those? Okay. Well, first of all, thanks so much, Brad. It's a true honor to be elected by my peers, the directors of the Chamber, for really what I consider the best Chamber of Commerce, or let me rephrase that, the Chamber of Commerce of one of the best small towns in America, and I truly believe that. Yeah, go ahead, applaud. Really. Kelly, my wife Kelly and I moved away some years back following college, joined the Air Force and came back, and when we came back, when we left, we thought, it's probably the end of St. Genevieve, and the longer we were away, the more we realized we were drawn back to the town. It's a wonderful town, and I'm just glad to be back and glad to be part of the Chamber and the community. Brad has done an outstanding job this past year. So Brad, thanks so much for your service. Brad's young. Brad's pretty smart. Brad's intelligent. I guess that's kind of the same as smart, but Brad's young. And so smooth. So Brad really did a good job this year, and again, congratulate him. Alderman Couch, I know that you are one for keeping things moving and getting in and out of meetings. So I'm going to try to speed up a little bit, okay? I know you are. I could feel it. Okay, so on to the new directors. You know, out with the old, in with the new. We've got, staying away from those. We've got some folks that are leaving the board that have done a fantastic job. Last couple of years that I was, it's been an honor to serve with them. And if Dina would have made this printout a little bit larger for me, the tight print. I'm getting old. He's still young. Hey, Brad can read number 8 font. I can't. He's young. Okay, so our outgoing board, I'd like to recognize again Brad Arnold, Mr. Brad right over here. Again, fantastic job, Brad. Jim Roque could be with us tonight. Jim did a fantastic job while he was on the board. You know, one of the things that I noticed about Jim is he would sit down there at the end of the table and kind of keep quiet about things until he needed to speak. And when he spoke, it was just quality stuff. And Jim did a fantastic job. Rita Broomfield, right here at the head table with us, our secretary. Rita, thank you so much. Again, your wisdom and what you brought to the board was very grateful and appreciative. And of course, Betty Arnold, our most recent recipient of the community service. Betty, can't say enough, except for the fact that I think you were the one that nominated me, and I owe you. I owe you. But Betty, thank you so much. Okay, so in with the new. Tom Reeder, La Joyce, North America. Are you back in the corner here? Tom, welcome to the board. A real quick story about Tom. Didn't know Tom very well. A couple years ago, we had a golf tournament, the Rotary tournament, I believe, and somebody, I believe Jim Francis, I'm not mistaken, donated or had they had an auction to raise money at the golf tournament, and somebody had made some wild game calls. I think there was a deer grunt in there, and turkey call, and duck call, and a couple of things. It was a really neat wooden box and all these wild game calls, and it was one of those silent auctions, and I think Jim or somebody, Tom or somebody at his table would go over there and bid on it, and I'd kind of walk around, and I'd bid on it, and he'd roll in behind me, and he'd bid on it, and then I'd bid on it. We got we're going back and forth. So finally I thought, okay, there's only about a minute or two left in this thing. This is about enough of this. So I went back to Tom's table and I said, Tom, you know, this isn't working out so well. How are we going to solve this? And he goes, well, I'm not sure, you know. Well, meanwhile, 30 seconds left, and I go walking over to the table, and I was too late. I don't know if Larry Marler's in the crowd. Larry here with us tonight? Larry swung in there right at the last second, signed that thing, and neither one of us got it. So we're going to work together. We're going to work together the next year on this board. Let's see where I'm at here. Sharon Hasty. Sharon with Remax, also new member to the board. Sharon, back in the back. Welcome to the board, Sharon. Mr. Tom Kime, St. Genevieve County Memorial Hospital, back on the board. Tom, you know what that means? When we play golf, the president always wins. Back off on that drive. And Paul Roth, Regions Bank. Where's Paul? Over here in the corner. Paul, I already had Dina order one of those deep fryers, because that old brick chicken, we're going to have that for lunch at our meetings from now on, right? Yeah. Fixes a means. You weren't around when he was fixing that chicken, were you, Mr. Toma? Okay, current board, Deborah Dunsey, our treasurer. Or not our virtual treasurer, our actual treasurer. Going down the list here, Linda Hook, our new secretary. Linda with us? Back over here. Eric Bennett, wow, it says here our new vice president. Did I know that? Eric? I was fortunate enough I got to work with Eric for about a year, a couple years ago, and I guess I get to work with him for about a year again. This one's kind of a known time frame this time, though. Matt Troutman, back right here also. Matt, thanks. Steve Apps. Steve with us? Oh, yep. Back there. Shelley Jokers. Folks sharing. Bob Pickering, right up here in front. And Tom Grimminger, our IDC rep. Tom, right here in front. Wonderful. So we have our outgoing, our new, and our current. And I'll tell you what, we are very excited about the upcoming year. We've got some great things planned again, I believe. Carry on some of the traditional ones. The summer music series. Dina's keeping me straight already. 5 minutes into the job, and Dina's holding my hand. The summer music series, something that Ron Armbruster and started a few years back. It's been a tremendous success. That's coming up. That's around the corner again. If you haven't already attended one of those down at the Oris, you really need to this year. That's just some wonderful events through the months of June 1st.
June 1st through the end of July.
There you go. But it really is. Those are a lot of fun. They raise a lot of good money for, I believe, the schools and other charities. So that's we're looking forward to that event, or those events, I should say. Also, last year we had our first annual golf tournament. It was the last tournament of the season. It was in October. This year we're looking. We don't have a hard date yet, but we've got a couple that we're looking at, and it's looking like 7th of September is what we're leaning for. That was a lot of fun. Eric and Nicole's group, Streamline, came out and played music for us. That was a nice added touch to the day. So even if you're not a golfer, coming out that afternoon, joining us for the meal, getting some entertainment, and just some good socializing, it was a lot of fun. So let's make this our nice spring event, make that our fall event chamber, and we really hope that to build on that from last year. So we look forward to seeing a lot of you out there. We'll be getting that save the date out here real soon. And then finally, of course, we do several things, but I can't push enough some of our membership meetings that we have up at the community center. We find a lot of really interesting topics, whether they're educational or just service-oriented for your business, small business, or health, education. We come up with a lot of great speakers. Dina puts out a flyer or an email on those events, so try to make those if you can. They're really, I think, worthwhile. Some good food, and we host those up at the community center. So look forward to seeing more of you out there at that event. Speaking of members, you know, the chamber wouldn't exist without you all. We're just deeply appreciative. We, the board, do our best to try to make sure that the folks, the members, get their bang for their buck. Community stewards, the board, doing a really good job this year. Brad appointed some great committees. One of them, for instance, is the bylaws committee. The bylaws for the chamber haven't been rewritten in several years. We've already started that process, so next year when you're at this event, I believe, we'll get to vote on those and hopefully adopt some new bylaws. Speaking of members, Kelly, we pay our dues yet? Been after her. Tell you what, Tom, it's hard to find good help sometimes, but she keeps us straight. Members, I walked into Station 2 the other day, and they were busy like they always are. And I got my sandwich, and I walked over, and I was sitting down at one of the few tables that was open, and I sat down next to this table and had 3 animals sitting there eating. And I couldn't help but overhear them. They were having a pretty heated conversation as they were finishing up their wonderful desserts by Gene made earlier in the morning. But they were finishing up their desserts, and they trying to decide who was going to pay the bill. And the duck said, "I ain't paying. I've only got one bill, and I'm not breaking it." And they kind of looked at each other, and I thought, well, this is pretty interesting. Next thing I know, the deer said, "I just spent my last buck down at Ciro's." And finally, the skunk said, "Well, I just got finished paying Dina my dues, and I don't have a cent left." Oh, come on. Tough crowd. Was it the delivery? Jim Ferguson wanted me to tell a different one, but I couldn't say that one. I wasn't about to go there. What else is on this little piece of paper that I can't read? Okay. I can wrap up. Okay. Dina says I can wrap up now. Folks, thanks so much for a great evening. Even though Dina's given me trouble already, I do want to thank her and for this past year. Let her know she's in trouble for this coming year. Taking care of me is what I meant by that. But really, Dina does so much work for these events throughout the year, keeping that chamber office rolling. I think she does a fantastic job, and I wish we all get Dina a good hand of a round of applause. Thank you. Finally, Mr. Hank Johnson and his staff, Keith and everyone, did a fantastic job tonight. Next year, if Dina doesn't order warmer weather and no wind, I'm not sure if it's going to work out for her. But fantastic job. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn it back over to Dina before I get kicked off.
So he hasn't really told me anything new about keeping him in line, because I've known that for the past year, what was coming. So I think I'm a little prepared already. Before I go into the lovely giveaways, if you have not purchased your raffle ticket from Betty or Mary Beth in the back, $5 a ticket or 5 for 20, you have 5 minutes to head back there and do it really, really quick. I have a few thank yous that I want to do, and you can sneak quietly back there and purchase your raffle ticket. So many of you have noticed these lovely young ladies and this wonderful gentleman in the back room, all in white and black, who has served you all evening long. I just want to say thank you to them, because this is their second year doing this with us here at Chalmette. Some of them have actually been with me since they were probably, I don't know, 6th or 7th grade. Some of them now are like 9th and 10th graders, so they've been with me for several years. I want to kind of just say real quick their names. So ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to form a little line back there, when I say your name, raise your hand. Scoot on down the line, down the wall. Okay, with us this evening, we have Taylor Hasty, Brooke Hasty, Courtney Pasha, Samantha Campbell, Misty Adams, Crystal Nagger, April Sanchez, Abby Stolzer, Hannah Kreitler, Tess Bowman, and Sam Stolzer. I think Keith and his staff and Hank have really watched this group of kids, so they're going to probably hand them out some applications later in maybe a year or so. So that's a good news. Oh, okay, they are tonight, so that's good. Yay! Oh, look at there. Okay. I just also want to say thank you to Sharon Hasty because she has coordinated those servers for me for the last 2 years. It's one more thing off my plate that I don't have to deal with. And yesterday, before we came out to do serving practice, we got a phone call that our regular transportation service was not going to be able to drive our kids out here today. So Sharon, doing her due diligence, she got on the phone right away and started calling all these companies to see who would prepare to, or who would accommodate us to bring these kids out here all at one time. I see you, Sharon. I gotcha. Okay, I'm going to ask them to stand. So with that, we have with us Lisa's Limos out of Farmington, who graciously accommodated us, and with really no hesitation at all. Actually, I don't think any, but Sharon did get a chamber membership out of them, so way to rock on. We are very happy to have them with us, so if you need any limousine services in the near future, hit me up. I got all their contact information. Okay, with that, how about those 50-50 tickets? You ready? We ready to draw? We have some really great prizes again this year. On the back of your program, you'll notice that they're listed. So we're going to go ahead and draw for those. One of them that is not on your actual little program is from KBDZ Radio. They had done a Cardinal giveaway basket. There are some Cardinal tickets, some Cardinal apparel, some, I think, cups and caps and all kinds of goodies in there. So we're going to draw for that too. You want to put, oh, you're going to draw them from there? So everybody get their tickets out. No, I'm not going to draw, you can. Is everybody ready? Got your tickets out? What are you doing first? This is for a bottle of wine, and anyone that wins anything can come see me after the event and we'll get you their certificates for that. For the first bottle of wine, ticket 282-196. Oh. Hey Debbie, what's her name? Jessica? Jessica Palmer. Hold on, I gotta write this down. Okay, the second bottle of wine, 282-286.
How are you?
Buck? Thank you. The third bottle of wine, 282-128. It's got to be in that table over there. 126, or no, 196, I'm sorry, 128. Marilyn? Okay, the last bottle of wine, 282-229.
Oh, Steve's got one.
Steve Apps, okay. Okay, the next thing on The list is the Cardinal Basket. Cardinal Basket. Everybody get their stuff ready here. 282. 288. 288. Who's that? Who? Patty, I think the basket's back there by Mary Beth, actually. That's it, yep. Okay, we have a gift certificate for dinner for two for family, friends, and neighbors here at Chalmette. 282-177. Oh. Who's that? Jamie Fowler? The second gift certificate for dinner for two here at Chalmette, 282-166. 166. Andrea? Okay, and our big giveaway for this evening is a getaway package, an overnight stay with a bottle of wine here at one of the villas at Chalmette. Ticket number 282-190. 190. Ron Klein. Okay, we're going to wrap up our evening, and I know all of you are just dying to know about the centerpieces on the table. No one gets to take them home tonight. They don't believe me, do they? Okay. So I get the pleasure of just picking a number 1 through 10 for the centerpiece. So everyone, please grab your program. On the back, you will see a number at the very bottom. If you have the number 7, you get to take the centerpiece home. Oh, okay, we'll get into it. Okay. Okay, real quick. The centerpieces that you see before you have been donated by all members of the Chamber of Commerce. This place is gorgeous as it is, but the centerpieces just make our event that much more special. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for donating that. I also want to say a thank you real quick to my banquet committee because they keep me straight and not frazzled. So that's Betty Arnold, Chris Hogue, Mary Beth Ferguson, Mary Grass, Sharon Scher, Sharon Hasty, and Brad Arnold. So thank you all for everything that you've done. Last but not least, if you are an award winner, please stay around so we can get better pictures for the newspaper, the radio station, the website, and chamber newsletter. So with that, good night, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you. Hello? Hey, wait, I got one more giveaway I forgot all about. Everybody sit back down real quick. Sorry. Brad, draw one more ticket. Where's Betty at? Hey, Betty, I need the money bag. I need the inside. Okay, I had one more giveaway. I don't even know how I forgot all this. But like Mike said earlier, this is our 5th year of the Summer Music Series. We are giving away a set of season tickets tonight for the Summer Music Series. So whoever has ticket 282, 218, 218. All right, right back here. Now you guys have a great evening.